What I'm about to tell you is the kind of controversy that makes reality TV producers regret not having the cameras rolling. So stop whatever you're doing. Think about this. In Harlem, Chrissy Lampkin, yes, Chrissy, captured in an insane circumstance, where, even according to reports, Jim Jones, the man who has evaded wedding vows like their subpoenas, is going insane. We're discussing a late-night, opulent hotel rendezvous, a mysterious dude who isn't at all random. All right, they make past love, and the receipts are so damning. Hip-hop drama appears to be a kindergarten excursion. Think you've caught a glimpse of anything sloppy? No. This is an example of treachery. It sounds like a headline from the guidebook on poetic justice. Here's the worst part. It's not simply Jim's close circle that the individual in question is from. It is said that he has been seated at his desk, counting money alongside him, grinning as he slid into Chrissy's DMs. How's that in terms of loyalty? The internet is honing its pitchforks. The streets are humming, and blogs are foaming at the mouth. Hold on tight, for as we begin to peel back, you'll see that this is more than simply a cheating scandal. After reading these layers, it is the type of bombshell that destroys relationships, banks, and reputations. Accounts, all at once. We should begin from the beginning because this disaster wasn't created overnight. It's been brewing for many years, more red flags than a boxing match, full of drama and treachery. Jim Lannon, Chrissy Jones has been a reality TV phenomenon for more than 10 years. The pair that managed to turn up in red after arguing on a yacht while Tiffany was crying carpeting, acting as if nothing was wrong. Viewers have seen their love weather storms of accusations of infidelity, financial difficulties, and the notorious proposal in which Chrissy went down. Jim was on one knee, and rather than leaping with delight, he appeared to have just been informed that his tour bus had been towed. Fast forward 2 years of messy, we'll get there someday, public assurances, interviews, and what do we have? For so long, a relationship that has been on the verge of collapse. It's essentially performing a tightrope act. However, the times Jim allegedly made a mistake even after everything. The late-night studio sessions, the dubious business travels, and the swarm of Instagram models who coincidentally appear in the same cities as him. Chrissy stayed. She managed to convince the public that she was unmoved by the rumors, stood up for him against his detractors, and smiled through it all, considering that Chrissy is the one who's under a microscope. The heat is also blinding. It began innocuously enough. Alternatively, her camp attempted to spin it. A quick trip to Miami, a fancy hotel, designer bikinis, cocktails by the pool. A girl's trip, isn't it? But here's the issue. Jim was not present. Furthermore, based on reports, those who consistently appear to be 2 martinis deep but somehow possess the keenest eyes in the space. Chrissy was not alone by the pool. Meet the mystery dude. His body language was obvious even without a detective badge, even if his face was first blurry in the leaked images that were making the rounds online. They had nothing to say about real estate investments or weather patterns. Tell me more energy, hands on the arm, leaning in close, and the actual ammunition struck just as the blogs were getting heated. The internet saw screenshots of purported direct messages between Chrissy and this man, of flirtatious conversations. Missed texts and photos late at night could cause a publicist to start drinking. We're not referring to a harmless selfie here. We are discussing content that has the potential to increase fan engagement on its own. Memberships. Every emoji timestamp and provocative stance was analyzed by the internet. However, if this were only even if someone had a Miami affair with a stranger, it would still be chaotic. However, this is no ordinary man. Rumors about town, and this person is not just a random friend or someone I met backstage. He is a member of Jim's inner circle. Believe me, this street offers great Wi-Fi. We're talking about a man who allegedly sat in on Jim's business meetings, ate meals with him, planned deals, and grinned with him in pictures. If it's accurate, then what we have, this is not merely infidelity. It is a complete betrayal on both a personal and business level. And this is precisely the point at which the story becomes unpleasant, because after that link was revealed, everything changed from intriguing rumors to a major controversy. Look, it's one thing for your spouse to go off course. It's quite another for them to do it with someone who has been calling you bro, checking your money, and breaking bread at your table, while planning late-night trips to your girl's hotel room. This betrayal has multiple layers. Additionally, Jim Jones, according to reports, the man who has made a living by being unconcerned by public opinion, lost all of his calm when the news reached his phone. Sources near Jim, according to him, by close, I mean those who can hear, a dispute through 3 shut doors went from zero to volcanic in record time. It began using screenshots, DMs, and texts. Times Square was illuminating his phone, with each ping adding another nail to the coffin of his calm. He initially assumed it was merely rumors. People incite this type of phony outrage on the internet in order to garner a few clicks. Then the actual receipts arrived. Identifiable tattoos, time, and clear images, stamps matching Chrissy's vacation. to Miami, at which point the switch switched. According to an insider, Jim made a reservation before even finishing his drink. Final minute flight directly to Miami. No hotel reservation. No warning, no entourage, just anger, unadulterated and unrestrained, and a will to get answers. Directly, imagine that. In the distance, the Miami skyline is shining. The tense, humid air, and Jim barging into a posh hotel lobby, like a man who has just learnt that his fiancée and closest friend may be co-starring in an unapproved reality display. He went upstairs, beating on Chrissy's door before security could even intervene. When it finally opened, oh, you didn't realize you needed that sequence, which was taken from a soap drama. Chrissy appears surprised, but she's attempting to fake it awesome, and there was the mysterious man himself, standing only a few feet apart. And what came next? Alright, accounts differ. According to some, Jim yelled so loudly that the hotel staff was prepared to call the police. Some said he became icy, speaking so softly that it was more horrifying than shouting. Every story agrees that Chrissy did not claim to have known the man. She simply played down the saying that people were misinterpreting what they saw, and that the situation was complex. But let's face it, spending a late night in a hotel room with a man from your boyfriend's no PR staff can correct a business circle misconception. Furthermore, very immediately after the drama started, there were rumors that there were more than simply pictures, and there are reportedly texts out there. And things get increasingly hotter from here. There is security footage from the hotel, footage that, if released, may make the death seem like a simple accident. There are rumors circulating that it will not be long before someone makes money off of that tape, and it will be more than just a scandal when they do. It will be a relationship-pending public spectacle that will shake your career. We're still not at the worst part, though, for some reason, because the film of the Des, or even the possible hotel, is worse than the pictures. According to Jim Jones, this man is who he is. According to sources in the close-knit business community of Harlem, this is not your average associate. This person has dealt with transactions and divided profits alongside Jim. And now, for the twist of the knife. As entrusted with private affairs that are rarely discussed by others, imagine establishing a business empire with someone only to discover they have been developing a side project. Work behind your back with your girlfriend. That betrayal that stings twice, first in the heart, then in the pocketbook. Jim is reportedly more than simply hurt. He's already taking action to break off any contact with this man. This entails the dissolution of joint ventures, the destruction of contracts, and potentially the preparation of lawsuits. An insider asserts that Jim's attorneys are examining every commercial transaction. When did the two ever touch? Seeking methods to drive him out entirely. In addition, this individual might lose millions of dollars before the year is up if he is called a snake in a field where reputation equals cash. Chrissy is lying low, though, in the meantime, no outbursts on social media, interviews, or mysterious Instagram captions, just quiet. But that quiet says a lot, as you generally shout it from the rooftops when you're innocent. When you're guilty, you hope the controversy passes before TMZ publishes the receipts. The streets are buzzing louder every day, and the internet isn't forgetting the issue. The opinions of the fans are divided. Of them, half are calling with joy for all the years that Jim reportedly left while Chrissy was playing the role, this karma, poetic justice, devoted companion. They're playing hip-hop and vintage love videos to remind everyone of that embarrassing proposal, and the fact that more than 10 years have passed since then, the wedding ring has yet to be found. The other half, mostly Jim Ridiery's supporters, were indignant on his behalf, claiming that Chrissy ought to have just left. Instead of making a single, well-thought-out move that would have destroyed his personal and professional world, she was dissatisfied. Adding fuel to the flames, Yandy Smith, the longtime rival of Yandy Chrissy, was unable to hold back from joining in. She shared a really overt Instagram story that said, "Some things age like fine wine, others like spoiled milk." No names, but hurry up. Everybody was aware of her identity. Disgust. There is more to this shade than just casting a shadow. The sun is blocked by it. Shuts off the sun. It's not only a matter of whether Jim and Chrissy will make it through this. It's the weather. The twin treachery of losing both his business ally and his partner in one blow is something Jim can never get over. And with rumors that the Visk private scandal could soon become an irresistible public circus. Since hotel footage is being sold to the highest bidder, without a doubt, when it falls, the V-internet will burst rather than merely observe. And that's it. One more part of a narrative that is becoming increasingly messy each minute. However, believe me, this is merely the beginning, and the wheel. Depart with the receipts we have scheduled. You are unable to speak. Don't even consider that. Regarding blinking, remain put since perhaps the upcoming update will break the internet.